Hi everybody, it's Ann, and I'm back with some more books to talk about in this book video. The theme today I decided to go with, because the whole library is at my disposal now that we're open again, is books published in the 80s. Why, you ask? Well, I took my inspiration from my shirt. If anybody wants to talk classic Nintendo games, by the way, I'm game. Let me know. Make an appointment. Come in. It'll be awesome. So I'm going to start with the two books that I have actually read. The first is Stephen King's The Eyes of the Dragon. Now, you might not be shocked by this, given that I'm wearing a Nintendo t-shirt, but I do enjoy fantasy and kind of nerdy things. This is definitely more fantasy than horror for Stephen King. In fact, my brother actually teased me because I was like, I read Stephen King. I'm totally, a grown-up and cool, and no, it's not the same. I thought it was excellent, and it's a good introduction to King. If, like me, you are easily frightened by literally everything, this will be a good book if you want to dip your toes in his writing style. P.S. I have read The Shining and The Stand and a couple others, and they're really good, but again, be prepared to need someone to, check behind the shower curtain after you read The Shining. Anyway, moving on. And Eyes of the Dragon is copyright 1987. Now the next book is one of my very favorite books in the world, which is why I squeaked it in with a 1979 original publishing date, although the one that we have is published in 1980, I believe. It's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I can't say enough good things about this book. It's quirky, it's hilarious. I've read the whole trilogy that includes 5 books so many times. In fact, this is my go-to airplane book if I'm nervous and want to read something enjoyable on a flight. Not that I fly all that many places, and certainly not lately, but sometime. Excellent, excellent book. Now we are to the books that I looked up in the catalog by publishing date, and we'll see what we found on our shelves. The first one I have is Cat's Eye by Margaret Atwood. Like I said, I haven't read this one, so here's what the blurb on the back says. Returning to the city of her youth for a retrospective of her art, controversial painter Elaine Risley is engulfed by vivid images of the past. Strongest of all is the figure of Cordelia, leader of the trio of girls who initiated her into the fierce politics of childhood and its secret world of friendship, longing, and betrayal. Elaine must come to terms with her own identity as a daughter, a lover, an artist, and a woman. But above all, she must seek release from Cordelia's haunting memory. Disturbing, hilarious, and compassionate, Cat's Eye is a breathtaking contemporary novel of a woman grappling with the tangled knot of her life. I think we're all pretty familiar with Margaret Atwood. Sounds like that one could be worth checking out. And Cat's Eye was published in 1989. The next book that I have to talk about is The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. Apparently also a major motion picture. And this one's copyright 1983. And the back says, a classic ghost story, the chilling tale of a menacing specter haunting a small English town. The Daily Express called it a highly efficient chiller, nerve-shredding. The Guardian called it a rattling good yarn. And the Daily Telegraph said it was the most brilliantly effective spine chiller you will ever encounter. If you read a lot of books, that's some high praise, so go ahead and check that one out. Next, I have Anagrams by Lori Moore, who is apparently a Wisconsin author. And as most of you know, you can check the stickers on the spines of the book. If you see Wisconsin sticker, the author's from Wisconsin. This one seems to be a sort of collection of short stories, but not really. The reviews I read for this were quite interesting. A couple of people really didn't like it. A lot of people loved it. It's always interesting when there's polarized reviews like that to see who thinks what about the book and why. So I'll just read a little blurb from Robert Towers from the New York Review of Books. Says, Lori Moore's wit, her psychological acuity, and the deadly accuracy of her social observations are such that one looks forward to what she will write next. And this one was published in 1986. And finally, I have The Eight by Catherine Neville. There's a mystery older than the millennium. There is a puzzle whose solutions challenge the most brilliant minds humanity has ever known. There is a game played by the famous and infamous, by artists and politicians, by mathematicians and musicians, by philosophers and nuns. There is an ancient formula for power so great that the very idea of it has captured and possessed the souls of everyone who has heard of it. It is the formula, the game, the secret of the 8. So this book actually revolves around a chess set that was owned by Charlemagne and has some magical properties. There's a lot going on in this book. Another blurb says, "This is a quest with something for everyone. Ancient curses from the Fertile Crescent, Russian chess masters, sexy, savvy American computer wizards, Napoleon and Robespierre, brave nuns, valiant Jewish diamond merchants, magic numbers, secret hiding places, the music of the spheres." In other words, Catherine Neville's big adventure novel is great fun. And again, that's Susan Isaacs who said that. And this one was published in 1988. I'm guessing that's when our copy is from, because it's a little well loved. So those are the books that I had to talk about that were published in the 80s that I happened to pick out from the shelves. We have a lot more. We're a library. We're full of books. So just a reminder that we are open our regular hours now. We do still offer limited curbside service. And we do still offer book bundles. If you want help picking up books, if you just like being surprised based on a few parameters, let us know. And I'm happy to help you pick up books. Everybody is chock full of suggestions at the library, so let us know. Thanks everybody. Take care now. Bye.